What's going on, guys? Today is an exciting day. I am going to the Giant Size Toy Fair. So down here we have a toy fair that happens quite regularly every few months. It's called the Malvern Vintage and Modern Toy Fair. And the same organizers, basically. I think they're going to do this once a year. It's called the Giant Size Toy Fair, and it's going to be massive. I've got a couple of toys on hold for me at one store, but yeah, I might be on the hunt for some other stuff. I really want to get some vintage stuff, but I don't have a lot of money, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, enjoy this video. Let's do this. So I just want to apologize in advance. I haven't even gone through the footage yet. I'm literally editing as I go, but I don't believe I got very good footage from today's event. It was very crowded in there, a lot of people. It was just a little bit overwhelming for me, but let's see how we go anyway. So here's me heading into the event. As you can see here, the security is really tight at this event. I don't think I've seen security so strict before. They were making sure we were all in line here, waiting at the front. Now look at that line. This was the 11 a.m. session. You actually had to pre-book tickets for a certain time, just to avoid it being obviously everyone coming at once. So there's my wristband there. Oh, look at this. It's the one and only Mad Spidey. He got in the early bird section. In fact, he got a media pass. Thanks for letting me know about that, Mad Spidey. No worries. See ya. So now we're about to head into the event and look at this first shot here. This room was... Oh, there was a Mrs. Mad Spidey sighting there. But look how big this space was. I've never been to a toy fair or anything that was this big. I mean, apart from maybe big conventions, but it was just chockers full of goodness. Great stuff. So I went through a few Star Wars Black Series figures. I'm actually on the hunt for some old ones. I'm after the original Rebels lineup in the old Black Series. Here's me going through some soda cans. I'm not much of a soda can guy, but I'm actually looking here for the Spider-Punk soda can, which I could not find, so no luck there. Here's some more Star Wars. There was just Star Wars everywhere today. This was by far the most impressive toy fair I've ever been to. And of course, where there is toys, there is usually comics as well. So this dude here was selling some comic books. Oh, and he had this really cool Lady Death figurine I've never seen before. So they were pretty cool right there. I was definitely looking out for some McFarlane figures. Oh, that Batman Who Laughs Superpowers figurine, I'm definitely after that one, but I saw it for 12 bucks once, so I struggle to pay any more than $12 for it. Here's some vintage Batman stuff. This was a very cool table. He had heaps of the old vintage Batman stuff, 12-inch Star Wars figures there. Very, very cool stuff on this table. This RoboCop figurine, very tempting, very, very cool. I don't know when that's from. Looks a little bit more modern, like a retro style. Now these things here, I've been after these for a while. So these are little Disney play sets. And these Star Wars ones are really hard to find. So I actually chatted to this guy for a little while. All of his Star Wars stuff here is all imported from Galaxy's Edge. So you can't get this stuff here. So yeah, had a cool little chat to him. I wanted to buy those play sets from him, but just by the end of the day, I spent my money on other stuff. But yeah, I might come back for them one day. Now this dude here had a super cool table. He's always at toy fairs and cons. I see him all the time. I had this Ghostbusters thing there. Has a little cartridge and it's like a projector. So you put in a little cartridge and it basically shoots a projection of a ghost or whatever onto the wall. Very, very good memories from that one. Here's some more comic books. Oh, there's some Australian reprints there. These Barbie tables must have been doing so well. Since the movie's coming out, I'm pretty sure Barbie's exploded. Some naked ones there though, so I don't know what's going on there. Oh, this figurine here. We need to just freeze it right here. So this figure right here, back in the day, I remember I wanted this so bad. They had it at the supermarket while I was there with my dad, and I begged my dad to buy it for me, and he just told me, no son, you've got way too many toys. And I cried like a little bitch, and I was like, please dad, please, I swear I won't ask you to buy me any more toys. That's what I said, and my dad said, okay. If you promise to never ask for a toy again, then I'll buy it for you. And he bought it for me. I'm not actually sure if I ever asked for a toy again, but I'll never forget that moment in my life with my dad and this toy. Here's some old school Batmobiles, look at those. Mark actually from Big City Comics picked up that animated Batmobile recently for $45, so we got a bargain. Here's some Danger Girls for you J. Scott Campbell fans. This I thought was a bunny girl. I pointed out to Sarah and she said a bunny girl. And I was like, I mean, it's a cat girl, right? I thought it was a bunny girl but it's a cat girl. Hey, look, it's Billy. Oh, he's hiding because he's eating his food. But this is Billy. He runs the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair, which I hold. Oh, the next event's coming up September 17th. Mark your calendars. Billy's a really cool dude. He's more people. It was starting to die down a little bit by the time I finished my first lap, but I was just very tired. Here's some loose figurines here. I really want to get a vintage old Rambo figurine loose, but I wasn't able to find one. But like I said, you never have enough time or money at these things, so it was hard to actually have a real good look at everything. So I wish I had more time. I wish I had like a VIP pass so I could just, you know, get the whole place to myself, really. Here's me just fighting through the crowds. I was on the hunt for a PlayStation 2 copy of The Warriors. Not the Platinum Edition, the Standard Edition. So I've been looking for those when I head out to places like this. Yeah, it's my mate Drawn. What's going on, Drawn? He had a stall there that day. If you guys haven't seen, I did a room tour video on Drawn's toy collection in the past, so I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. Check out Drawn's collection. This is Pop Toys. Andrew from Pop Toys actually runs the event. That's him there getting some toys ready for me. But this is his stall. He has the best spot in the house. And just to end the vlog, here is some food porn with some Korean corn dogs that I got. They had no napkins though, so I got this sauce on my chin and I didn't know what to do. Okay, I'm back. Before I show you what I picked up today, I just want to say the event obviously went very well. It was an epic toy fair. I can't say I've been to a toy fair quite like that before, but unfortunately there's never enough money or time to really have a real good look at everything. There was just so many people there. It was a little bit overwhelming, but look, it's obviously good to see these events do well because when they succeed, it means they'll keep happening. So well done to Andrew for putting on the event. Now, it was the vintage and modern toy fair, so I actually picked up some modern toys as well as some vintage toys. So I am officially vintage toys guy. I was mostly there for toys today, but I couldn't help myself. I did pick up a comic book and also got some free gifts from my buddy Drawn. So I'll show you what I picked up. We'll start off with the modern figures because you can see these anywhere. I picked up a couple of McFarlane toys from Andrew, who runs Pop Toys and who organized the event. First one I picked up was this awesome Joker. It's from the New 52 Death of the Family storyline where the Joker actually cuts off his face and basically stitches it back on. So when I first started reading comic books, that was one of the first Joker stories that I read, and you know, it was a very terrifying version of the Joker. So I'm not the type of guy who wants to collect every single version of a certain character. I just want to pick the best one, and this was the Joker that I decided to go with. So I'll probably do an unboxing of that in the future. And speaking of characters that I don't want to collect every version of, here is my 5th Red Hood from the Multiverse line. Red Hood is my favorite character, so I did pick up this Red Hood. This is the Red Hood from the Batman Arkham Knight video game, and surprisingly enough, I actually haven't played the video game, but it is a very cool Red Hood design. He's got the leather jacket and everything, so the only thing I don't like about this design is the weird trunk he's got on his helmet. But I thought I'd pick that one up. We'll go with the comic book next. This was just a shock. I didn't really go bin diving too much into the shops that had comic books today, just because I was really on the hunt for toys. Sarah happened to catch this in the corner of her eye at Billy's shop. Billy runs the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair, which I've done some videos on before, and he's appeared in a couple of my videos. He had this on his wall, and this is the first appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog. So his first appearance in actual comic books was Archie, but this is actually considered his first real appearance. This was actually a promotional comic book, so there's 2 versions of it. One of them is like a mini-sized comic book, which I believe was like a promotional comic book, so I think it was just given out for free back in the day to promote the game. This one I believe was a game insert. It's actually a newsprint, so if you actually have a good close look at it, it's actually like almost like a newspaper print. The other version is worth a lot more, but this, I couldn't believe it. I picked this up for $10, so I'm totally stoked to have this Sonic book in my collection now, because I'm a Sonic guy after all. Then we got some Hot Wheels. I don't really collect Hot Wheels, but I do collect Batmobile Hot Wheels. And my buddy Drewan, who had a stall there today, he was nice enough to give me these 3 Batmobile Hot Wheels. Now, before I show you them, I did a video at Drewan's a little while back because he has a mad toy collection, and he invited me over to do a room tour video, which is very cool. So if you want to check out Drewan's awesome collection, I will leave a link to that video in the description below, along with a link to the Vintage and Modern Toy Fair website. If you're maybe local and you haven't heard of the Toy Fair and you want to check it out, I'll leave a link to their website as well. So the first one I got is this Batmobile here, which is pretty cool. Got a nice little gold tinge. I definitely didn't have this one. I do have this Batmobile in a different color variation, but I definitely didn't have this one. So yeah, Drewan gave me this one, so thank you, mate. I don't even know what Batmobile this is supposed to be, but I think I might have one version of this in a different color variation, but this is a nice blue, or it could be purple, I am colorblind. But he gave me that one, which is very cool. And then this one, I wasn't actually sure if I had. Firstly, he told me it was green, and I was like, I thought it was gray, which I thought I did have, but this has a matte finish on it, and I'm not sure if I have it matte, so I wasn't sure if I had this one, so he gave me that too. So Drewan, thank you so much. He is always so kind to me, that man. So, and then the last thing I picked up was some vintage toys. So there was a vintage toy that I was actually looking for today, which was a Rambo figure from, I think, the 80s. I believe it's made by a brand called Colico or Colco or something like that. I didn't really ask anyone, I didn't see one, but I actually happened to come across something else that I have been wanting to collect, and that is these Aliens figurines from Kenner. I believe these came out in the late 80s or maybe early 90s, but if you guys haven't seen the video I did with my brother at his man cave where we talked about these things, if you want to find out more about them, check out that video. I'll also leave a link to that in the description below. But I got some of these for myself, which is very cool. My brother might be proud of me. So this is the first one here. The bit here is a little bit trashed, but it's actually got a very cool action feature where you pull this back and then you go boom, and it destroys its prey, I guess you could say. But very, very cool. I was super stoked to get this one. It's also got a squirt feature where you can actually fill the thing up with water with this little squishy thing, and then you can squirt water out of its mouth as well. So that's very cool. And I also picked up the, I think this is meant to be the Bull Xenomorph. So this one is an awesome, I really like this one because this one looks a little bit more Xenomorphy than some of the ones from this figure range. Also has an action feature, but I don't know if it's broken or what. Oh, there we go. It does like a ram with its head. There you go. The switch is on the side there. So boom, look at that. Very, very cool. So super stoked to get these figures in my collection. It might be a new hole that I've dug, and just, yeah, it's another hole to fall into with the collecting. And that's everything I picked up. If you guys are still watching this video, I really do appreciate it. Make sure you give the video a like, leave a comment. If you're new to the channel, check out those playlists, check out some of my other content. I'll leave a link to my toys and collectibles playlist in the description as well. And yeah, until next time, I'm Simple Simon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.